Imagine yourself at home. Picture yourself in the most comfortable spot in your entire house, whether it be your bedroom, in front of your TV, or outside on your fresh-cut lawn. Now imagine yourself somewhere hot and sticky, with no air conditioning, no roof over your head, and no protection from bugs or vicious diseases. This is what many people around the world would think of as a normal life. Think about walking 5 miles back and forth every day just to get fresh water. Although none of this is entirely preventable, we can at least try to help these people as much as we can. As of today, the United States spends about $40 billion on foreign aid. This money is spread throughout 25 different countries. Oh wait, I actually didn't mean to say that. A lot of different countries. Some people believe that we should not be giving out foreign aid. We should be focusing on getting rid of our own debt, putting our country first. My colleagues and I believe that although we should be trying to rid our own debt, cutting from the foreign aid fund is not the practical answer. The affirmative side proposes that the U.S. Congress should amend the U.S. budget to cut foreign aid in half. The affirmative side will try and persuade you into thinking that to better our country, we need to ignore the needs of our allies and focus on those of America instead. My team and I will show you what a terrible decision this would be. We have already helped so many countries and so many people, why stop now? Some people believe that foreign aid burns a deep hole into our pockets, wondering why we are helping other countries financially when we should be focusing on our own debt first. What many people don't know is that less than 1% of the U.S. budget goes towards foreign aid. That's around $40 billion out of $3.8 trillion. If the national debt is $16.8 trillion, the money given towards foreign aid is extremely minimal in comparison, almost nothing. If our goal is to cut our foreign aid federal budget to help lower debt, there are many other places where funds can be cut. As Lori Garrett of the Council on Foreign Relations states, reductions in Account 150, foreign aid, cannot possibly have a discernible impact on the federal budget deficit or national debt. Halving the foreign aid money into a little under $20 billion will do no good towards decreasing our debt. Another point that we need to think about is how many people we have already helped. We have definitely proven that providing foreign aid goes a long way. Our help towards the other countries has drastically decreased the amount of diseases in foreign countries. In 2000, 1 million people died from malaria. With the help of U.S., that number decreased to 860,000 in 2008, saving approximately 140,000 lives, if not more. As of 2010, close to 1/3 of the people living in poor countries that need medication towards HIV and AIDS are now receiving the necessary drugs thanks to Obama's plan for AIDS relief. Think about all the lives foreign aid has saved. Stated by the Council on Foreign Relations, the WHO estimates 40 million children were spared death from 2001 to 2009. This is thanks to the vaccine efforts funded by the U.S. foreign aid. The International Development Association report estimates that due to the world's financial crisis, by 2015, 55,000 more infants will die, 350,000 more students will fail to complete primary school, and 100 million people will lose access to safe drinking water. The CFR also claims in support from the U.S. If the support from the U.S. is cut in half, most health achievements face reversal, and reversal means deaths. If we start thinking selfishly now, when people are struggling and in need of our help, we will increase these numbers. If we are in the mood to think selfishly, we can bring up the fact that decreasing the amount of money given to foreign aid countries will drastically affect our reputation. We have turned our backs so many times. One example is the genocide that happened in Rwanda. We did not want to get involved, so we didn't. Each time we claim that we will no longer turn our backs to the countries in need of support, why would we turn our backs on them now? Although it doesn't seem like it, giving financial support to those in other countries actually has an impact on the quality of American lives as well. Ashley Judd of the New York Times states that the investments in foreign aid strengthen the U.S. economy. Nearly 50% of American exports go to the developing world. 1 in 3 domestic manufacturing jobs depends on these exports. These statistics are critical when employment is at such a low rate. The affirmative side believes that foreign aid is a burden on the U.S. and should be cut in half. My colleagues and I disagree completely. With all that is going on in the world, from underfed children to uneducated adults, it is not a time to tell countries that we will be decreasing our support. If our country were a country in need, we would hope that our allies would help spread their wealth and help feed our empty stomachs. $40 billion is really not a large amount of money compared to the $3.8 trillion budget. It is, however, what we can afford to give. If our country really did need to cut foreign aid, we would, but there is no reason to do so. It is such a small percentage of our budget that it would not even affect us. We probably wouldn't notice. The negative side rejects the proposal that the U.S. Congress amend the U.S. budget to cut foreign aid in half.